Hey everyone, this is Dig. I'm just going to be bringing you a 3v3 game. It's with me. I'm spawning up here in the upper left along with I am Jax Bad, who's the Protoss player, and Akaya, who is the Zerg. We're going to start pinging because there's some glitch in this 1.5 patch that if you alt-tab out, it automatically pings. Or not really a glitch, but we don't like the Alt-G hotkey, so we changed it back to Alt. And we were showing how you get these stupid pings, so please ignore all those pings that are going on in the background. What I wanted to bring attention to is that we're going to do a cheese, and most of these 3v3 games are cheese, and this is a little bit better video of how to hold off a cannon rush, and we're doing a cannon rush of our own, and they happen to be doing a cannon rush against us. And we really don't want the war, but all these things, we only want peace, but there is a war going on. This is all from some Hungarian rapper that Speak. He's a Hungarian rapper. If you just Google "stop the war" and Speak, you'll get to see this wonderful Hungarian rap. Well, anyway, there's going to be a rush going on for I am Jax Guns, or actually that was his former name. Now he's I am Jax Bad. If you look, I know that something has to be up, especially when they have multiple Protoss, that they would probably be trying to do some cheese. So they're going to be doing a cannon rush against me, the Red Terran, and we're going to be doing a cannon rush here. On this map, it's wonderful to cannon rush down here by the ledge. If you can get a probe or anything with vision, like an Overlord, you can actually put like a pylon about here, and you can put cannons here, and they can reach the mineral line. So I am Jax Bad is going to be doing the cannon rush. He decides to do it right in their face because, well, he probably thinks that they're bad. And I see this pylon going down up here, and it's in my range. So here's what I do to respond to it. I immediately wall off because I don't want anything getting up here, giving vision on the high ground, and I'm immediately getting out a Marine. Now, if you look at I am Jax Bad, we are having Lings come. I'm just going to pause it for a sec. I want you guys to see it. There's Lings coming, and this guy is cannon rushing here. So here in the situation in the 3v3 game, we have a double cannon rush going on, and we have some cheese on our part. Now, the purpose behind us Ling rushing and cannon rushing is to severely cripple an opponent. I, however, am going to be teching up to siege tanks, getting stem, anything the Terran would like. So the plan is not all three people rush, just in case the cannon rush fails. So I'm going to be responding to this. What I should do first is really put a a bunker, like right about here. That way the bunker should be able to reach any of the cannon rush. I personally don't really respond to this 100% appropriately. I end up expanding and putting a bunker down here. At the very least, you should be putting a bunker down, getting your Marines out. Over here, this cannon's going up. He's attacking this pylon and attacking this pylon's left with no cannon at it, and that's wise on his part to be attacking this pylon. However, if you kill this pylon, this cannon's already going to be warping in. I am Jax Bad has plenty of time to actually place another pylon down here. In the meantime, he's sending over some Lings to help. As soon as your partner sends over Lings, you should stop doing this. Move all your probes and go back, and he does Raffy Hole. Actually responds appropriately and moves him back. So at this point, he is pretty far ahead of our cannon rusher. However, the Lings are in their base. I just killed a probe that was going to his base. So here's where I make the mistake. Yes, I do have Marines up here shooting, but this bunker needed to be placed right about here. Protects my mineral line and still provides range to shoot at these bunkers. As you can see now, as soon as this Overlord shows up, he has vision of the high ground and he's able to shoot on the high ground. Knowing this, I'm like, okay, I'm going to lose this. I need to start preparing a defense. I can't let him get into my mineral line. So I moved my barracks back, and this should make it so that I have an area where I can defend appropriately. This bunker is out of the range. Here comes Lings, and they're in my mineral line raping them. Again, I gotta be extra cautious. I can't lose my SCVs. There's no reason to lose the SCVs. On his part, he needed to run these Lings by. Now he finally decides to do that. You gotta be harassing this worker line. Back in StarCraft 1, this is called like a good Sim City. It creates a wall right next to your base. Before, they had all these ramps and everything. The key thing is not to allow a lot of surface area around this bunker for Lings to surround. At this point, my goal is to defend my bunker, kill the Lings, and be able to kill in the cannon that's warping in, which is this one right here. The second priority for me should be to kill what's making the pylons. Making the cannons, the probe. Again, they keep on trying to stream in things, but at this point, with 2 bunkers up, I should be pretty safe. This whole entire time, these guys are wasting like valuable minerals, just throwing Lings at our base. This guy's wasting valuable minerals by just warping in stuff that keeps on getting killed. And essentially, we should win this game now. If you look at their base, he has nothing except for probes mining. He has 1 cannon at the front. The Zerg, again, all he's doing is putting all his eggs in one basket and just going pure Zerglings. And then if you look at this Protoss, he's really the only one that's teching, and he was the one that was cannon rushed. So that cannon rush took all the pressure off of us, so that now Akaya has 2 hatcheries, plenty of production, and plenty of attacking units that he could easily counter with. And even Jack's Bad is getting his warp gates out. I, during this time, knew that they weren't going to have that many units. Being the OP Terran that I was, I built another command center because, hey, I lost a couple SCVs, more mules, they're basically free, it gives me plenty of money. So at this point in the game, we pretty much should have it won. Akaya sends over a Jack's Bad sends over a stalker to help. The key thing to holding off this rush was that I did wrong was I needed to put a bunker closer to here on the map. I also should have made sure I killed that probe faster. But the way this team reacted, instead of teching up, expanding, they decided to continue with their cheese. They had plenty of time to get out more valuable units, and this is what also ultimately cost them the game. So this cannon rush is basically over, and you should be seeing them just decide to GG because they know that they've been beaten. But on these 3v3 maps, you all have probably experienced a lot of cannon rushes, and this is a very common one along the edge. If you're Terran, you should be able to handle it pretty easily. If you're Protoss, if they don't have a Zerg, I suggest building, actually not walling off, and building away from any of these ledges. If you are Zerg, you should be safe with your creep. And if they have a Protoss, and a bunch of Zergs that could be cannon rushing and Ling rushing, and you want to wall that section as a Protoss, what I would personally do would be to actually cannon yourself. So if you know that there's a possibility of a cannon rush and you're Protoss and the other team has several Zergs on it, I would actually wall this off and put a cannon up here. So just to recap, in order to hold off this cheese, most of these 3v3 games are just a cheese fest. I'm top 10 high master 3v3 team with 13 and Akaya, and really in the higher level 3v3 games you get a lot less of this cheese and more just standard timing pushes and just good micro. You still see some of this, but usually at the lower levels you'll have to deal with these cannon rushes, and at the very least you can just build smart. Like if you're Terran, don't be afraid to build right next to your base and make a good Sim City where there's not a lot of surface area. If you're Protoss, don't be afraid of throwing a forge down to stop a cannon rush. If you're Zerg, you should always have Lings out early to help your allies. So hopefully you guys find this helpful, and subscribe to my channel.